Okay, so guys, this is going to be our regular batch, okay, where this is not just a syllabus discussion class, what we had it on, the Saturdays, where I talked about the syllabus. This will be the actual core Java lectures I'm going to begin with. Fine. So today we will directly start with the core Java lectures, being the day one. Then again Saturday, okay, again I'll connect with you people. I will explain the syllabus with you. So this is the first lecture on core Java that we are going to begin with. Okay. Now what all things we will cover, most of the people already they have attended the syllabus, I believe. Yes. Yes, most of the people have already attended the syllabus. Yes, guys. Yes. Okay. So those who have not attended, I'll take a special class for them. But I assume most of the people here are the one who knows the syllabus that I'll cover. But without wasting time, let's begin with, okay, learning core Java, how our journey is going to be. Fine. See, any programming language, guys, any programming language, when you're learning, or any language, forget about programming language, any language like Kannada, Hindi, English, when you learn, we need to learn this language always word by word. This is how we begin our learning journey. You will start asking lot of questions in Kannada that, okay, what is this called as, what is that called as in Kannada. And then one word you start understanding it, the meaning of that word you understand. And after understanding the meaning of the word, you start framing the sentences. Correct? This is what basically we do it. Same way in Java, when you're learning Java, first understand the meaning of words in Java. That is, if you look at, when I just go here and search for Java keywords. When I search for Java keywords, observe here, when I search for Java keywords, I see here there are some list of keywords. There are list of words that is present. Right? Near about 51 words are there. Firstly, you'll have to understand the meaning of these words. See, until and unless these words meaning only you don't know, you will never be confident about where to use this word. Correct? So here you notice that there are 51 words which we will have to explore. And after understanding these 51 words in Java, slowly we will start writing down some complex programs. Fine. So today we are going to begin with the word. Today we are going to begin with the word new. You see here there's a word new. And we are going to also look at the word which is class. These are the two words we are going to explore in our today's series of lecture. Right? So let's begin with that. What are the two words we have picked up for today? We are going to look at what you mean by class and what you mean by new. So I'll give you a very simple analogy. I'll give you a very simple analogy. Let's assume that I have one machinery in my factory. Okay. I have one machinery in my factory. Okay. Now here, this machinery has one button. Okay. Let's assume that this machinery has one button. Okay. I have here one button. Now, whenever I press this button once, let's assume I press the button once, the machinery will end up generating one pen. Right? The machinery will end up generating what? One pen. So when I'm pressing the generate button, when I'm pressing this button, it is sending one request to machinery and the machinery will end up generating one pen. Let's assume now I press this button 10 times. What will happen now? 10 times request will go to the machinery and the machinery will end up generating how many pens? 10 pens. If I now press the generate button, let's say 500 times. How many times the request will go to the machinery? 500 times. And how many pens the machinery will generate? Very good. It will generate 500 pens. Sir, why are we talking about this? Reason being, don't write anything. The class is getting recorded. I'll also share the recorded lecture with you. Now, the reason why did we talk about this is because in our analogy, I'm going to replace the machinery with a class. And here, the button that I mentioned in my analogy, I will replace that with the word new. Now, what does this mean? Whenever I use this word new in my program, I'm sending one request to the class. If I write this new word in my program once, one request will go to the class, and this class will end up generating one object. It will end up generating one what? Object. Okay? Now, if I in my program use this new word, let's assume 10 times, then the request will go to the class. The request will go to the class 10 times. Okay? And the class will end up generating now the objects, that is 10 times. If in my program I write the new word 500 times, then 500 times the request will go to the class, and the class will end up generating 500 objects. So what do you understand by this is now, the purpose of using this word new in my program is to send a request to the class. And when a request is made to the class using new word, the class will end up generating one object for me. Okay. Now it depends how many times am I using this new word. If I use this new word 1000 times, 1000 time request is made to the class, and the class will end up generating 1000 objects. Did you all get this, guys? Online students, yes, are you getting this? What I am talking about right now? Yeah. Excellent. Now, let's continue further. Now that we have understood that why new and class, let's do more detailed exploration of it now. See, whenever you're learning Java, keep this in mind. There are three syntaxes very, very important. When to use curly braces, when to use parenthesis, and when to use semicolon. With these three things, 90% of your syntax in Java gets over. Okay? Like how in English we have syntaxes. In English, let's say end of line, we will put one full stop. Correct? We use exclamation, we use comma. When I say next paragraph, you'll go to the next paragraph and then you will write the content. Yes or no? Same way, in Java, these three things are very, very important because that covers almost 90 to 95% of your syntax. How, sir? See, the curly braces here are used to define the boundary. Like how every state has a boundary. Every state has a boundary. Yes or no? Karnataka state begins here, ends here. It has a boundary. Maharashtra, it has a boundary. Country, it has a boundary. Boundary means it begins here, it ends here. Now, whenever you want to create a class in Java, we use this word class. We give it a name A. And when I use a curly braces, when I use a curly braces, it means, when I'm using the curly braces, it means that the class begins here and the class ends here. That's the meaning of what? Curly braces here now. The class begins here and the class ends here. Okay? That's the boundary of my class. Now what I want to request this class to generate one object. This class A, I have to send a request to it so that this class would generate one object for me. How do I send a request? So we'll write here new. I'm applying this keyword new on which class? A. So I'm writing new on class A. And what this class should do? Generate an object. I'm using parentheses. In layman terms, understand like this for now. And then I'll terminate that with a semicolon, which is like a full stop. Semicolon acts like a full stop here. Like in English, full stop. In Java, end of line is semicolon. When I write this new A, one request is made to the class, and this class will generate one object, and this object is generated on your RAM. Did you understand? Everyone? Yes? How objects are created? So who is creating object here, guys? Who is creating object here? Huh? Class. And how am I requesting the class to create object? Using new. So once again, let's see how to create an object. Let's try it here. New space class name parenthesis semicolon. What this will do? This will send a request to the class, and the class will generate one object. Did you understand? Once again, if I write here now new A, what will happen now? It will send a request to the class, and the class will generate one more object. How many times I've used new word? 3 times. How many objects are created? What if now again I write here new A? What will happen? Can you tell me? New A, what will happen? Again a request is made to this class, and this class will generate one more object. So how many objects are created altogether? 4 objects are created altogether. Okay, I hope this part is clear, all of you now. So by using this curly braces, I'm defining where the class begins and ends. By using the semicolon, I'm defining that that's the end of my Java statement. End of line. Okay, let's continue further. Now, we have a basic idea about how we make a request to the class and how a class generates object. But now what is very important is whenever you generate an object on your RAM memory, whenever you generate an object on your RAM memory, I want the exact address of that particular object. I want the exact address where this object is created. Why, sir? See, just understand. Tomorrow, I'm walking on the street. One student comes to me and says, sir, I want to attend your classes. I want to attend your classes. Fine. Now, I need to share my address with him. Correct? If I don't share the address with him, he will not be able to come to my academy. Address will help him to locate my office. Same way, object's address will help us to locate the object. And if you're not able to locate the object, I will not be able to use that object. Are you understanding, everyone? Yes. In order to use that object, object's addresses are very, very important. Or in other way, analogy would be like one day your grandfather, just before dying, he says, I've kept 500 crores for you somewhere, and dies. What he does? Your grandfather tells, I've kept 500 crores for you somewhere, and dies. Are you happy? I'm not happy. Why, sir? Because I don't know the exact location where 500 crores is kept. And when I don't know the exact location where 500 crores is kept, when I don't know the exact location where 500 crores is kept, understand, I cannot use that. Right now, the situation in my program is something like this. When I just write here, class A, okay? And when I write here, new A, all it does is sends a request to the class, and the class will generate one object. And the class will generate one object. Now the thing is, this object that has been created, I don't have its exact address. Somewhere on your temporary memory RAM, this object is created, but I don't have this object's address with me. Hence, I cannot use this object. Okay? Further, if I want to make use of this object, I cannot make use of that object because I don't know its location. Okay? So what I should do now? Very importantly, once object is created, get the address of the object, because address of the object will help me to locate the object so that I can use that object in the future program. How, sir? Observe carefully now. New keyword sends a request to class A. Step 1. Is this clear? Step number 2. This class will now end up generating one object. Is this clear? Step number 3, once object is created on RAM. Is step number 2 clear, all of you? Once object is created on RAM, that object's address new keyword is going to get it back. The object's address, the new keyword is going to get it back. And that object's address will store it in a reference variable. That object's address will store it in the reference variable, which means, see this here, step 1, request is made to the class. Step 2, object is created. Step number 3, new keyword is getting the object's address. And that object's address, we are storing it in a reference variable. So A1 here is like a visiting card. What is it like? Visiting card. Why the visiting card is used? Can you tell me the purpose of visiting card? It holds address. Now here, this visiting card, I will call that as a reference variable. Is called as what? Reference variable. What is reference variable? Reference variable is used to hold object's address. Everybody got it now? Now how do you create a reference variable? See here once again. You will write new A. New A. What this will do? This will send a request to the class. What the class will do? The class will generate one object. Okay, step number 1, step number 2. Is this enough? No. After creating object, what we have to do? Get the object's address. Who is going to get that object's address? Right? New keyword. It's not a variable. New keyword. Keyword means it has some predefined meaning. Like in English, every word meaning is given in dictionary. The word in dictionaries are keyword. So this 51 words that just now I basically, we saw that in chat GPT, these 51 words, they're keywords, which means they have some meaning. And until and unless this meaning is not clear, you can never do Java programming. Got it? So now see that this new keyword, what it does now, step number 3, it will get the object's address. And that object's address will store it in reference variable. How to create reference variable? We'll write A1. Is this clear? So step number 4, that address is present inside this. We'll make it as A2 because A1 is already there. So this holds address of second object. Did you all get this now? Once again, come on, quickly, just for revision, let's understand. Whenever you write a keyword in Java, it should be in lowercase. All that 51 words which we saw in chat GPT, it should be in lowercase. You cannot write that in uppercase. If I write class, wrong. All the keywords in Java should be in lowercase. Class A. Class A. Is this clear, everyone, now? Now, what is the next thing? For this class, I need to generate object. So, how do we generate object in Java? We will write new. Give a space, the class name. Now, what this will do? This will send a request to the class. Step 1. What is step number 2? What is step number 2? This will now create one object. Step number 3, the new keyword will get the object's address. Step number 4 will store that object's address in a reference variable. Did you all get this till here? Yes. Online students, are you all clear with this? Yes? Okay. So, see, we will all do the things from very basic. But these are the actual classes that has started. Okay? Are you understanding now? Actual classes we have started of core Java. Fine. Now let's continue further. Now that we understood object creation, storing object's address, we can move to the next part. Okay. What is the next part? So guys, when I just go online and I type here books, right? Images. Now whenever I pick an image of the book, let's see, let's take this image of the book. Okay, let me go here and let me paste this image here. Quite big. We'll make it smaller. Okay. So I have here one image of the book. Hold on. Okay. Fine. Now, if you look at this book, carefully observe, this is an outer cover of the book. Do you agree with that? This particular thing is the outer cover of the book. Am I right? Yes. See, this analogy will really help you to understand further things easily. This is an outer cover of the book. Okay. Now, this book has pages. This book has what? Pages. Correct? So, there is page 1, then page 2, page 3. Like this, there are, let's say, 100 pages here. Am I right? So, there is a book. Book has an outer cover. It has pages. Will you go to the store? Will you ever go to a shop and tell? Will you ever go to the shop and tell that I want a book with only outer cover? I want only book with this outer cover. Will you ever purchase a book like that? I want a book only with outer cover. Will you do that? Why? So it's of no use. A book with outer cover, and if there are no pages, where do I write? Correct. A book means outer cover with at least one page. A book with outer cover means what? A book with outer cover should have at least one page. Then I can write something in there. Sir, why are you talking about this? Reason being is, when I now create here a class A, this class acts like an outer cover. Are you understanding now? So whatever programs you write now, it has to be within this. It's an outer cover, but there are no pages in it. A book with outer cover, a class without anything inside it, you cannot run that. Observe this here. I'll just go here and type online Java compiler. Okay, I'll go to this JDoodle. And now what I will do is, in this JDoodle, there's an online Java compiler. You can run your sample Java codes here to begin with. You can just go to this JDoodle and run your Java code here initially. I will just remove everything from here. Okay, I'll remove everything from here. And okay, now if you observe, this is a class. The name of this is A. Forget about what is public for time being. Another word it is, I'll explain in detailed manner. This is a class which has no pages in it. If I run, what will happen? I should get an error. Did I get an error? Yes. Why error? Because this class is as good as outer cover of the book without any pages in it. A book should have at least one page, and a class should have at least one method, which means methods that I'm going to create in the class are now like pages. Got it? So if you now observe here, it says error, at least one main method should be there. We don't know what is method right now. We'll talk about methods in a while. Right? Forget about public, static, void, main, string, args. Simply copy this particular thing. So what I'll do is I'll paste this here as it is without bothering about public, static, void, main, and define its boundary. What does it mean? The class begins and ends here. Inside that class, there is a method, and the method begins and ends here. Did you understand? Yes. So can I run an empty class? No. Why? Now by default, one method should be there that is called as a page for me now. So this acts like a page for me. In my analogy, this acts like a page. Now go to that page and write the code. Will you write something outside the page? No. When you purchase a book, you will take a page. Inside that page, you will write the content. Will you go outside the book and write the some content? No, no. Then can I go outside this page and write something to begin with? No. Inside this page now, let us create our object. A1 is equal to new A. Did you understand? Yes. So where am I writing this line of code? Inside the method, main method. And now let us print A1. How to print something in Java? System dot out dot println of A1. Now execute and see. Now there is a book. It has one page. That page has a content. Create object. Object's address is in A1. When I print A1, it prints object's address. Is this clear, everyone? Yes. If I want one more object, what will I do? A2 is equal to new A. Right? System dot out dot println. Let's print here A2. Fine. How many objects are created now? Two objects. If I execute now, how many addresses will it print? Two addresses it is going to print. Is it printing two addresses? See this here. One and then what? Two. Correct? If I want to create one more object, what will I do? Is equal to new A. How will I print it? Did you all understand this now? Every line I am terminating with semicolon. See, end of every line, what is there? I am printing its addresses. How many addresses will be printed? Three addresses. Did you all get this part? Online students, did you all get this now? Offline students, online students, everyone clear with it? Yes? Okay. So with this now, we have understood basically that how we create a class, and we also understood a empty class if you run, it throws an error. That class should have by default a main method. Without a main method, you cannot run your Java class. Inside the main method, we have created three objects and we are printing its addresses. Okay? Right? Let's now continue from here further. So firstly, I'm going to here now write down all the notes, right? So people can write here, what is a class? What is a class? What is a class? A class helps us to create object. Next, what is new keyword? What is new keyword? What is new keyword? It it sends request to the class to create object, and once object is created, it will get it will get the object address and stores that in a reference variable. Is this clear? Example code we have written here. What is that example code? This one. Okay. So let's paste this here. Let me save this as Java Notes 1. Java Notes Day 1. Okay. And what is the date? 21st Jan. So let's save this. Okay. Let's continue further. So are you people able to follow me? All of you? Yes? Okay. Now the next thing that we are going to look at is we will again come back to this concept. Every concept in Java, till the end, it will be repeated. So if you don't learn Java, you cannot learn Spring Boot. If you don't learn Java, you cannot learn Hibernate concepts. If you don't learn Java, you cannot work with projects. If you don't learn Java, you cannot do API development. Which means till the end of the course, we will use Java, but in different ways. Okay? Let's continue further. Now what are we going to do is, we are going to now look at the next important concept that is called as garbage collector. We are going to look at the concept of what here? Garbage collector. Let's write here, garbage collector. So what is this garbage collector, by the way? Okay, let's try to understand this now. Now let's assume I have one dustbin in my house. What do I have here? One dustbin. And here I have, okay, one maid. Okay, one maid. Fine. And here there is one baby. Let's understand this analogy this way. Now, what is the job of maid is, the job of the maid is ensure that the dustbin garbage overflow does not happen. What should not happen? Overflow of garbage from this dustbin should not happen. This is the job of the maid. What is the job of the maid? Ensure overflow of the garbage in the dustbin does not happen. Now, what a baby does? See, baby, in our example, whatever baby sees, whatever baby sees, let's say baby sees a watch, it will simply throw that in dustbin. So let's assume now people are throwing some garbage, and after some time, baby takes this watch, baby takes this watch, throws that in the dustbin. While other people are still throwing garbage. 60% of the bin is filled. Maid looks at the dustbin, 60% filled, 40% space is there. Maid is relaxing, watching Kyuki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. Right? Not bothered about basically what? The overflow of the garbage is happening here. Right? After some time, some more garbage is filled. Let's assume 80% of the garbage is filled. Now the maid gets in action and empties the dustbin. The next day, I'm searching my watch. And while I'm searching the watch, I saw the baby this time takes the TV remote. The baby this time takes the TV remote and throws that in the dustbin. I asked the baby, where is the watch? Baby now points at the dustbin. I got to know my watch is gone. Now, how do I tackle this situation? I hope you all understood the problem here now. What is the problem? Baby, whatever baby gets in his hand, baby throws in dustbin. And the job of the maid is to empty the dustbin. Chances are there that important items thrown in dustbin, chances are there the important items thrown in dustbin will basically be thrown out by the maid. How do I tackle this situation? बताओ कुछ तो. How do I tackle this situation? Ask baby not to throw the things in the dustbin. But you know that babies, they work with Newton's third law. Because now if I tell the baby that do not do this, babies always work with Newton's third law. Whenever you say no, after some time, they will do twice of it. In fact, it is not just Newton's law, it is Newton's third law into two. That is the reaction of baby, which means telling baby as of now makes no sense. So I decided, let me tell the maid. I went to the maid. I told the maid, look, baby is throwing some important items in the dustbin. Please, you check the dustbin. If some important items are there in the dustbin, keep it aside. If there are some important items in the dustbin, keep it aside. And unwanted things are there, garbage, only throw that one. Now, maid understood the situation. This time, the baby takes my car key. Baby takes my car key and puts that into the dustbin. While other people are now throwing what? Garbage. This time, let's assume 65% of the dustbin is filled. Maid will now not immediately come and empty the bin. 65% is filled. 35% space is still there. So what is maid doing now? Watching Kyuki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. Now 85% of the dustbin is filled. Maid now knows, if I now leave it like this, overflow of garbage will happen. Better let me empty the bin. But this time, before emptying the bin, maid notices there is a car key inside it. She safely she keeps it aside. While the other unwanted garbage is only thrown out. I hope you guys are understanding. Okay, basically what I am talking about. Yeah, everyone got this part? Yes, what exactly is happening here? Again, the baby will throw some other important item. Okay, garbage is there. Will the maid throw that important item? No. What she will do? Item in use, keep it aside. Unwanted items, throw it. Sir, why this example? See, the name garbage collector comes from where you think. Why do you think this name garbage collector is given in Java? Because it more or less works on the same logic. Now imagine I have here RAM. For now, I'm using the term RAM. I'll talk about stack and heap memory later in detailed manner. Okay, I have RAM here. For now, I will just use this generic terminology RAM. But objects are created in heap and there is something called a stack. We'll all discuss about this one by one later. Fine. Now, the next thing, in our analogy, the baby that I'm talking about now, the baby here is nothing but the developer. And the garbage collector made is nothing but this logic. That logic is nothing but what? The logic how to manage this RAM so that overflow of memory does not happen has to be done by garbage collector logic. Now what the developer will do? He will write some program. After writing the program, what will happen now? One object is created. Some more objects are created. Some more objects are created. The garbage collector now sees, array, there is only 15% of the memory filled. 85% of the memory is still what? Right? Still available. Nothing to worry. After some time, some more objects got created. Some more objects got created. Now the garbage collector gets in action. The memory is about to get filled. The memory is what? About to get filled. The memory is about to get filled. And if I do not now empty the memory, program execution will stop. Because overflow of memory will happen and I'll have no space to run my program. So what the garbage collector does, removes those objects which are not in use. Whichever objects are not being used by the developer, it only removes that. But this object it will not remove because still it is in use. Sir, how does a garbage collector know which object is in use, which is not in use? So we will see that in Pushpa part 2. Right? Everything in one class you will not understand. After some time, some more objects are created. Some more objects are created. Some more objects are created. Memory is about to get filled. Garbage collector will remove all those objects not in use. But the object which is in use, the garbage collector will keep it in RAM, will not remove that. And this will help us to manage the memory while we are executing our Java programs automatically, which means nothing I have to do. There is a logic in Java called as garbage collector, which manages your memory on its own. I have to just keep writing the program, keep executing the program. That memory management for its execution is done by garbage collector. Did you understand? But now the question here is how does a garbage collector knows which object is being used and which is not being used? So for that, we'll have to further learn what do you mean by stack and heap memory. Did you understand now? Until and unless we do not understand this, we will not be able to explain which object it will remove, which will not remove, what is the logic behind it, how this garbage collector works, we will not be able to understand that. So why garbage collector is used? To remove, right, the unwanted objects from your memory so that we can manage the memory efficiently. I hope this part is clear for all of you. Yes, any questions, any queries? No? All online students clear with this part? Yes, so it's a long journey. Getting a job, if it was so simple, then people would just tell that 10-15 days, class is over, you can get the job. See, getting job is a journey of 6.5 months from here. It is going to be a tough journey. You have to write down all the notes properly. Anyways, today's class, I've put that on YouTube. I will share that link with you people. You can watch that video and prepare the notes. Is this clear, everyone, now? Yes? From tomorrow onwards, the books has to be there with you. Without books, you should not walk into the class. And until and unless technically you're not sound, technically you don't have all that information that is required to crack the interview, you will not be able to get the job. Okay? And we have to go to the most advanced level and understand the concepts. Is this clear? Placements wise, it will be genuine interview. Basically, calls is what you will be getting it. We will not basically promote any fake interview calls. And every day, people getting placed data is maintained outside, whether online or offline. We have every day, sometimes four, sometimes five. Yesterday, we had 8 people getting job. We document the number at the reception desk. Got it? Placements is, of course, our target, but learning is the journey that will make us to reach that target. Got it? So keep that in mind. It doesn't matter what is your year of pass out, what's your percentage, what's your qualification. That does not matter. What matters is your sincerity and the consistency in terms of learning. Fine. There is no books in today's era that can give you knowledge. Got it? This books learning is outdated. Now, how to do self learning, what to do, that all we will talk about that. Officially, the course has started. Got it? Some people were confused because this time I took a lot of demo classes and people were thinking today also sir is going to take roadmap only. Right? Correct? It is not a roadmap. We have started with the actual syllabus. Because I understood a lot of people are in a confusion. Sir, today also we'll talk about syllabus only. Already syllabus discussion, we have done it. People who have missed that, I will share the video link on YouTube. It is there already, full stack syllabus roadmap. I'll share that with you. You will understand what syllabus I'm going to cover. Our actual journey of learning has just started. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to now begin further in my tomorrow's class. Next class tomorrow. Same link, the same Zoom link, same meeting ID and password during the demo. Whatever link we have shared with you today, core Java classes link, it is the same link you will be basically following for tomorrow. Also, I'll share one WhatsApp group link. Just hold on. One WhatsApp group link, I will share it with you. One WhatsApp group link. Where is it? Okay. You can all join. See, whoever is interested to join, see, this is the link. And this is the contact number. Contact 9632629033. Fine. So this is the number for your support. Okay. You will also get one previous batch recorded classes. People who are interested with the live classes to speed up their learning, looking at the previous batch recordings, that also will be given. Sir, can I learn the things quickly? Yes. The previous batch syllabus that has been completed, that one set of recorded class also you will get. Live class also will happen, both together. Okay? People who want to speed up looking at the recorded classes, they can look at the recorded class and speed up their learning. Okay? And people who wants to go with the live classes, these live classes also will keep on happening. Fine, everyone? Yeah? So the speed depends on you. Sir, can I finish this in 3.5 months and get the job? If you're very smart, do that. I'll give you the previous class recordings. Okay? Is this clear? Whenever you want to come offline, come offline. Whenever you want to do online, do online. Learning is same. There is no difference. Fine. Learning wise, there is no difference. So I've shared this particular link with you people. No, don't 1 minute. I'll share the link with everyone. See, this is the link. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. 1 minute. Everyone in the meeting. Yeah. This is the link. You can join. Here is where I will be sharing your YouTube video. Okay. So this is the link. And the contact number is this. Fine. So I've shared that here. I'll also share all your today's core Java lecture. Since it is demo, I'll be sharing it with all. Was today's class clear? Was it interesting? Yes. We'll meet up tomorrow. We'll continue with second part of a lecture on Java. That's it, guys. Bye. Take care. सर हाउ कैन आई ज्वाइन द कोर्स? अरे नंबर दिया है ना भाई, यहाँ पे कॉल करो। जिसको अभी कॉन्फिडेंट आ गया अभी ज्वाइन करो, राइट? देर आर लाइक सम 5 डेमो क्लासेस आई एम गिविंग इट, पीपल हु आर इंटरेस्टेड, राइट, हु ऑलरेडी नोज अबाउट अस। ये आपका कॉन्फिडेंस है, हम कॉल करके नहीं फॉलो अप करेंगे, हम किसी को कॉल नहीं लगाएंगे कि आप ज्वाइन करो ना करो, ये आपकी मर्जी है। इज इज क्लियर? वी डोंट हैव योर फॉलो अप मैकेनिज्म, नो जॉब अलर्ट सर्कुलेशन टू अट्रैक्ट यू फॉर प्लेसमेंट्स, राइट? नो मार्केटिंग मैसेजेस विल कम टू यू। बैच चालू हो रहा है, जिसको आना आएगा, क्लास अटेंड करेगा, पढ़ेगा, एंड whoever wants to join they will start joining. Is this clear? Tomorrow we will meet up at 12:30 and continue further. सर सर कॉल पे रेस्पॉन्ड नहीं, उन देखिए टेक्निकल थिंग्स will not basically tackled by them. Only fees management related things they will connect with you. Okay. So this group and this number that I'm providing it, it's only for technical things. Sorry, non-technical things. 9632629033. When you contact them, it is only for the batch details. Class is there, not there. That is what you get to know here. Bye guys. Take care.